Before we begin today's video, I just quickly want to take a review at the main themes that undergird the hostage crisis taking place at the Women's University. The negotiating parties are mainly divided between ANSP and Suho's North Korean team. The ANSP's goal is mainly twofold, whereas the director wants to secure the safety of his doctor, Young-ro, and the former director wants to secure the safety of his lover, the doctor. However, the ANSP do share a common goal where they want to be the ones who kill all the 3 North Korean agents and become the savior of this hostage crisis in order to increase PR for their presidential candidate to win the election. Now, as for Suho, his only goal is to go back to North Korea safe, and the hostages is his only leverage against the ANSP. Now, as for the actual predictions for episode 8, we are only given the scene in the preview where Kamu escapes. However, he is met by gunfire by his own side, the ANSP. And this implies a couple of things. Number 1, since the goal for ANSP is to stall time and keep broadcasting the hostage crisis until they become the savior and shoot down the North Korean agents. In the beginning, probably no one will die because their aim is to stall time and be sure that the hostage crisis does not end too early. However, remember that the director's wife is super evil, and she believes in what the fortune teller said, which is that in order for her husband to become president, someone has to kill 13 lives, and specifically young girls. So here we see that the director's wife has a direct incentive to keep escalating the hostage crisis and potentially lead to some deaths. Now, that is likely to lead to her forming a coalition with the former director to make a plan to escalate the hostage crisis even further and maybe to even start killing some of the hostages. However, before the former director agrees to doing that, the former director first has to ensure the safety of the doctor. Therefore, we are likely to see a scene where the doctor will be on the phone with her lover, the former director, to assure him of her safety. However, the doctor cannot leave the building yet because she is tasked with her secret identity, which is a North Korean agent on a mission to bring Suho back to North Korea safely. Second, meanwhile, we're shown that Kamu has successfully eavesdropped on the conversation between Suho and the doctor, and probably has already successfully inferred her true identity as a North Korean agent. Then we are shown that he probably found an opportunity to escape outside of the building and probably inform on the doctor for ANSP. However, once he stepped out, he is met with gunfire because probably the ANSP thought he is Suho, and that completely conforms with our previous assumption that the ANSP wants to be the one who kills the North Korean agent. However, do not worry because Kamu will not die as he is one of the main characters. Now third, something happened, we're not sure what, but the preview is showing that Kamu told Suho that the ANSP do not care about the hostages at all. It's all or nothing. And therefore, Suho probably thought that it is in his best interest if he plant a bomb, so the bomb can be his point of leverage to threaten the ANSP, where if the ANSP doesn't give him what he wants, then he's going to blow up the entire building and significantly damage the ANSP's plans to secure the candidate's presidential race. However, he will not let Young-ro and the main characters die, obviously, because they're the main characters. So that concludes the specific predictions for episode 8. However, I will say that one additional thing to watch out for in general is the true identity of the doctor. Remember that the doctor is from North Korea. However, North Korea right now is not necessarily on Suho's side. North Korea is only loyal to ANSP right now because North Korea, or rather we say North Korea, we mean like Suho's dad. Suho's dad only wants the money. He probably doesn't even give a shit about his son because he is a horrible person. Therefore, we're not sure if the sole purpose of the doctor is just to keep the agents alive long enough until the point where ANSP shoot them to death. So we are not completely sure if the doctor is super trustworthy to necessarily save the North Korean agents over here. Also, one last thing I just want to say is that Jung Hae-in is so hot. I'm literally dying to see like the couple chemistry between him and Young-ro, and I literally don't think I can wait for another week for episode 8 to come out. Now, that concludes today's video. Thank you so much for watching, and please leave in the comments what you think.